Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is FitzHogan11 and welcome to episode 1 of the Beginner's Guide. This is a game you can buy on Steam for yourself. It is made by the creators of the Stanley Parable, which if you haven't checked out before, you definitely should. I haven't played it on the channel or anything, but anyway, this game came out yesterday actually, and when I heard about it, I bought it immediately. I didn't look at any of the screenshots or anything. I didn't want to spoil myself for this game, so we're just going to hop in. The Stanley Parable was about making decisions and following the rules, so I'm guessing this will have somewhat of the same effect. So anything that they tell us to do, we're going to do the opposite. Anyway, let's just jump in. That's enough of me jibber-jabbering.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
No problem.
My name is Davey Wreden. I wrote the Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
My formative high school years.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Okay.
Now these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Okay.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Parkour on anything.
So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda.
Of course. So
thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Alright, so I could barely get a word in edgewise there, but anyway, seems pretty interesting so far. I don't know if the story is real, or if he's trying to lead us to something. I guess this is just a white room. Whoa.
Whisper machine active. Shift destruction imminent.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
I turned the sound down a little bit, because this could get pretty annoying real quick, so... We have a gun.
You can click to fire the gun.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I want to. Is there any enemies or anything? I guess not. How do I reload? Apparently it's not R. Okay. So what's going on here? Whisper machine status active. Evacuate immediately. What does that even mean? This Coda guy is very confusing.
Hostile alien life forms inbound.
Ooh, now we have a choice of doors. Which one is he going to tell us to use?
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development.
Oh, what?
For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere. But then clearly there are no enemies anywhere.
Okay.
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
When
But
can I walk
ultimately
through
we
the
don't
door?
really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should
Maybe
talk
he was
about his
just
games
lazy.
for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Fine.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I heard a door open. Oh. Okay.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh. Alrighty. That's a lot of stars. I mean, still looks pretty cool. Eh. I could take that or leave it. This isn't the worst game ever made. Alrighty, what is this? Oh god. This could be a good jump scare or something.
Apparently
it's
the
a
space
labyrinth?
station has a labyrinth on it.
Okay.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Wait. I feel like this is a Stanley Parable choice. Okay.
Or, if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
Yeah. You're not going to tell me what to do. How do I get to the end now? Maybe this one? I think that's where I started. Maybe? I'll skip ahead if I can actually find the beginning. It'll take me even longer to find the end. Wait. I just found my way to the end. Is that just a wall, or did I find it? Yeah, that was the beginning. Where's the secret? No secrets on this map? He's not gonna tell me that I spent too long in the maze or something? Darn it. Alright, I think it's this way. Nope. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe there isn't anything else to do in here? Doesn't look like it. I know I'm an old man with the mouse sensitivity. I put it on like the lowest setting.
Okay, this is the
Still
part
too
that's
much for me.
interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it
Okay.
has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay. I still don't know what a whisper machine is.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature.
Like my body?
Your
Oh.
body could stop the beam.
I could have
It's
written
so
this
much to
story.
ask, but for all of our
Maybe
lives,
I'm Coda.
Would you do it? Could you give yourself?
No. I'd rather everyone die in a ball of flames. How do I find the secret passage without giving myself up? Yeah, I knew that door was gonna close. Alright.
This is not a branching point, unfortunately. The
That's
only
what you
option is
say.
to step into the beam.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna click on every single thing. Maybe it isn't. Maybe this game's trolling me and just thinking I'm playing the Stanley Parable. I'm not sure. I guess we could step in. Maybe we'll look for secrets another day.
Let me pause here for a second.
Sure.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
So we don't die. But we're gonna have to jump in again. Look for some secrets. That looks promising. No? Alright, maybe we'll just dive head first and do it again. I'm spam clicking everything. Can't break that glass. I guess we can jump in. Oh, whoa, what are we doing? Floating upwards into the sky, okay. At least it looks pretty. That's how you solve the labyrinth.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system.
That too.
Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Alrighty. Huh. So, this is a really interesting storyline. I think I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, let me know what you think of the game so far. And since it's the first episode, if you would like to leave a like, I would really appreciate it. Know that I should keep doing this and all that stuff.
So try walking backwards.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to end the episode. I think there's like a chapter selection kind of system, so we should be fine in that regard. Anyway, I kind of played around with the audio in the first episode, so let me know what how that's working out so far. I'm really interested to learn more about the story. We haven't found a secret yet, unfortunately, but I'll keep working on that. I'm trying to break this game the best I can. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.